That radio chick Cheryl Lee here. Welcome to the Still Rocking It podcast, where we'll have music, news, reviews and interviews with some of our favourite Australian musicians and artists. Lee Kernaghan's music rumbles across the Australian landscape like a souped-up ute, belting out a cloud of dust. For more than 3 decades, Lee has bridged the gap between country's classic storytelling and a new breed of arena rock showmanship. Lee has deservedly received 38 golden guitars and been inducted into both the Australian Country Music Roll of Renown and also the CMC Hall of Fame. Following last year's record-breaking sold-out event, the Deni Ute Muster announces an outstanding 2026 lineup of country music superstars taking over the Muster stages Friday the 2nd and Saturday the 3rd of October. Now, if that's not a marriage made in heaven, I don't know what is. We caught up with Lee, find out all about the Deni Ute Muster and what else he's got going on. To catch up on podcasts from other favourite artists, simply go to thatradiochick.com.au. You're with Cheryl Lee, That Radio Chick, and I'd like to welcome into the Zoom room today, for the first time, I think, Lee Kernaghan. Thank you for joining us today.
G'day, Cheryl Lee. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Now, perhaps we could find out a little bit about Lee Kernaghan before we chat about all the exciting stuff coming up, like the, Deni Ute Muster, a little thing like that.
Well, what would you like to know?
I think you're from a musical family. Was your dad a singing truck driver? Is that right?
Yeah, Dad was an owner-operator for many years and got into the music industry by writing songs and singing songs about trucks and, life on the road. He ended up owning the world's fastest truck, Waltzing Matilda, which held the world land speed record. So I got to go out on tour as like an 18-year-old kid on those tours with Dad, and toured with him for about 10 years. And that's when I got my break, the chance to make my first album, which was called The Outback Club. And it had Boys from the Bush and a whole bunch of hits, yeah.
And boom, the rest is history. But so do you think it was pretty ordained that pretty much right from the start, this is what you were going to do, this is going to be your life's work?
I just enjoyed kicking the footy, playing a bit of cricket, riding horses and motorbikes, and it was just a fairly normal country kid upbringing. My grandfather was a drover of sheep and cattle. Mum's parents were dairy farmers, so never really considered a career. But looking back, it was definitely in my DNA because of my dad, and a lot of family members are all musical. So yeah, it was preordained in a way.
Was there ever a plan B, and was plan B the farm, or did you have anything else up your sleeve? Had this, music thing not worked out for you?
I went to night school, but was doing some business courses and stuff like that. But, before I got to make my first record, I was just playing in pubs and clubs and even piano bars, wherever I could get a gig, because you're living, hand to mouth back in those days. It was pretty tough to sort of make a living. But I scraped by, and I was always really happy and grateful to be able to, play music. That's my passion.
What an amazing response to your for your debut album. Congratulations, like gangbusters. You must have been really proud of how it was accepted.
Yeah, I got to admit, every record company in Australia knocked me back. They didn't like what they were hearing, but ABC Music did, and they took a punt on me. I've been with them now for 30 years. I've been with the same record company, so I appreciate that. And there wasn't very high expectations at the time, but it took everybody, including me, by surprise when the album won 3 golden guitars and then the ARIA award, and so I hit the road, and it was life-changing.
Congratulations, and very well deserved. And I learnt something that I didn't realise. How did you and Garth get together? Because I loved Garth. He was my favourite Sherbet member, and he and you worked a lot on that first album together.
Yeah, yep. I still work with Garth. We've been, great collaborators over many, many years. But yeah, I just sort of met him out of chance. I was writing with another songwriter who wanted to introduce me to Garth, and I kind of remembered seeing him on Countdown as a kid, And did you have a Sherbet poster or a Garth Porter poster on your wall, on your bedroom wall?
Many.
Lots of people do, yeah. And I met him, and he was just getting into country music at the time. He was working with James Blundell, and they made the Way Out West album, which was massive, and a couple of others. And I kind of was fortunate enough to sort of enter the slipstream and start writing with Garth, and I wrote a few with James as well.
It was Garth who sort of said a little bit that your first album should be about your life, which, country music quite often is. It's about the experiences of the artist. Yeah. And that seemed to have worked really well. So thanks, Garth.
Yeah, good on you, Garth. It was great. Yeah, he just wanted me to make an album that was about my life and where I sort of come from, which is down the Riverina. And he said, Lee, his words were, Lee, you're a boy from the bush. You need to write songs about that. And that's pretty well where the song was born, and I've been singing it ever since.
Your wife, Robin, is also a musician. How did you guys meet? Cross the room at a pub, at a gig, or...?
Yeah, it was at a gig for Toyota, and so I'm still toasting Toyota because they booked her to do to do the support act at this gig I was doing up in Queensland, and we met and planets collided, and it's we've been together, we've been married now for about 26 years.
Your two sons, Jet and Rock, have they followed their parents into the family business? Are they involved in music?
Yeah, they're deeply involved in music production and songwriting, and so they've, sort of carving out their own sort of careers. I'm currently working on a new album at the moment, and Rock's been working with me on that. We'll be in the studio at the end of the week to do some mixing, and he'll be right there in the forefront of it all.
That's really awesome, isn't it, that you can work like that with your family members?
Yeah, it's great. I don't know why they all turned out to be musical with a musical mum and a musical dad. Yeah.
Who knew?
Go figure.
Yeah. So is that a scoop that there's a new album coming out soon? And when might we see that?
I reckon there'll be a new single before the Deni Ute Muster for sure, and more to come after that with an album and a national tour next year.
How exciting. And when you say album, does that include vinyl?
I reckon I will put it out on vinyl for sure, yeah. I've just been up in the Blue Mountains, Cheryl Lee. This last few days, I've been in Leura, and we've got a little cabin up there that we sort of hire out, and I've been up there with Nick Wolfe from the Wolfe Brothers and Colin Buchanan, who co-wrote, Spirit of the Anzacs, Flying with the King, Hat Town, She's My Ute, the list goes on. So it's been great working with those boys, and I'm pretty excited about the new material. So
watch this space. Should we head to a website to keep up on all the upcoming Lee Kernaghan news? Yeah, well, I've been fairly quiet of recent because I've been just working behind the scenes, and I'd rather talk about things that are happening right now rather than what's going to happen. We better talk about the Deni Ute Muster, because 1999 it started as a quite a small little event in the a Ute gig at the Deliniquin, because they were struggling with a terrible drought at the time. It was called the Deni Play on the Plains festival back then, and it has morphed and grown over the years into, a major part of the festival program across Australia that's sort of got into our national psyche.
Oh, definitely. I think every Australian should plan to make it to the Deni Ute Muster at least once. There's nothing like it, Cheryl Lee. Like the atmosphere, the people, the events that are on there are just incredible, and it's uniquely Australian. It's a part of my musical DNA as well. So much of the music that I've produced over the years has come from a lot of the experiences there at the
on
Muster.
the back of a ute.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, mate. Yeah.
Oh, my husband's from a farming community in Victoria. In fact, he's there at the moment. But I've never been to a Deni Ute Muster, but it is absolutely on my bucket list. Have you appeared at Monday before?
No, I haven't done the Monday. The closest I got to Monday was the album cover for my record, The New Bush, that was shot at the Monday Lookout.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they're all the same because the country people they just know how to throw a party, don't they?
Oh, they do. Yeah, there's some great festivals around the country. I know I'm out at the Bend Festival the day after the Deni Ute Muster. We fly to South Australia and do the Bend.
You're coming to my town, are you?
Yeah, we are, Murray Bridge. So we'll be there towards the end of the year. But the Deni Ute Muster is like no other festival. Like it is just out of the box, unreal. I've shot quite a few video clips there, like Damn Good Mates and Till It Ends and Ute Me. Why would you not do a Ute Me there at the Deni Ute Muster?
Yeah, that's right, exactly. So this year we've got Tones and I headlining, and then you're going to hit the stage. There's actually a huge lineup of stars heading out that you'll be sharing the stage with, isn't there? Like Tyler Braden, Shepherd, Mossy, and Troy Cassadaly, Furnace and the Fundamentals, Casey Barnes, Amber Lawrence. Oh, the list goes on and on and on. So wonderful that you guys get behind these events and support them. And as I say, they just seem to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Deni still holds the world record for the biggest the biggest lineup of utes in the world. So you get over 20,000 people there and probably 10,000 utes and 4-wheel drives. It's a heck of a party out in the car park. The whole car park, like there's camping, the car park out there. There's circle work. There's tractor pulls. There's a rodeo. You got bull riding. You got country music, and you got a legendary country crowd. And it doesn't get any better.
What more can you want, right?
It's full tilt.
Yeah. The early bird tickets are sold out already, but you can still get general admission tickets and go to Deni Ute Muster, pretty simple.com.au. And if you can't get there this year, just pop it into the calendar and make sure that you get there next year, because I agree with you, Lee, it's one of those things that you need to do at least once.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah.
You'll be fully endorsed Australian after you've done that.
Yeah, that's right. You'll earn your stripes. You'll be a true Aussie then.
Yeah. Well, I did my first shoey in Deni. It would have been back in about 2012, I think. And I was out in the car park with all the legends out there, and they started chanting shoey, 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 and they did. So I said, okay, what is it? And they handed me a shoe, this dirty old R.M. Williams boot maybe. Somebody took off and they poured some rum in it and I drank it. And, yeah, so... Then I lost my voice after that. Couldn't sing for a month.
But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
I've learnt that when I do a shoey now, I take my own boot off and pour in a bit of Fireball or a bit of rum or whatever's going around.
Yeah, something strong to kill any nasties. or at least fortify you to fight them off.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's a great event in that it also donates like $100,000 each year back to the local community.
It's fantastic the way that this great music event continues to give back to the community and help people. And yeah, it's great to be a part of the fundraising effort as well.
I do love that. And again, country people seem to lead the charge, don't they? If anybody needs to raise any money for anything, get a country person to run it.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably why I've written songs like Hat Town and Spirit of the Bush, because it's a part of our culture, you know, to sort of look out for people who are doing it, you know, a bit tougher than ourselves. And I've been fortunate enough to be a part of some incredible events, you know, from, you know, the big bushfire relief event that we did at Sydney Stadium, and Hat Town tours, and drought and flood and bushfire relief. But, you know, that's our country. That's what happens out there. But the thing that's really humbling is when you see those people come together, people, and so many of them, Cheryl Lee, are behind the scenes. You'll never read about them in the newspaper or see them on TV. But salt of the earth people and these incredible communities that just galvanise around an important cause. I
totally agree. And I think Aussies, we're a pretty generous lot. And when the chips are down, you know, we'll back each other. But in the country, people are often doing it tough themselves already. You know, if it's not a drought, it's a flood or
yeah.
a locust plague or something.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter how difficult life is for the individual. They still come together as a community and, you know, do what needs to be done and lift the people that need the lifting at the time, don't they?
Yeah. It's what makes our country great. It's the people, you know. Yeah.
Well, that's for sure. Well, I just wanted to congratulate you. Your list of accolades, Lee, it's like a highlight reel, like 13 studio albums, all of which went gold, platinum or multi-platinum, 40 chart toppers, 4 ARIA awards, including the Outstanding Achievement Award for Spirit of the Anzacs, the highest selling Australian album of any genre. That was back in 2015. I guess you're really, really proud of that one.
I was so proud to be a part of the making of it. But it belongs to, you know, our servicemen and women. It always will. All the royalties in perpetuity for the Spirit of the Anzacs song continues to flow back to them. And so the song is, you know, it was a privilege, but it was our gift to them.
Yeah, it's awesome. I play it on the radio all the time.
Good on you, mate.
And also, congratulations and well deserved for the 2008 Australian of the Year in recognition for the support of all your rural and regional activities in Australia. Congratulations again.
Thanks, darling. I was just cogging a wheel, but
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, look, have a great muster, and I may not see you there this year. We'll be overseas, but put me down for next year and I'll see you down the front.
In the mosh pit.
Of course.
We'll see you out back for a fireball.
Yeah, absolutely. Out of my shoe.
Sounds good.
Thank you for that, Chad. I think our time's probably nearly up. Was there anything else, Lee, that you wanted to mention that we haven't covered?
No, I think you covered all those bases so well. It was
Happy?
Great, Shirley.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, lovely. And all the best with the new album as well.
Yeah. It's exciting to get some new music out after a long hiatus.
Yeah. All right. Good luck and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for chatting with me.
Thanks, darling. It was an absolute pleasure. Yeah.
See you next time.
See you, Cheryl Lee. Bye, mate.
Bye. You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick. Thank you so much for joining me on the Still Rocking It podcast. Hope to catch you again next time. Get out when you can, support Aussie music, and I'll see you down the front.